Hey, what's up you guys? Today I'm going to be doing a tag video. I haven't done a tag video in quite some time, so I'm going to do the mid-year freakout tag, even though it's supposed to be done 2 months ago. I just decided that I wanted to do it anyway. I was actually tagged to do this video last year by Shannon from Leaning Lights, but I never actually ended up doing it because I wasn't very consistent with my videos last year, but this year I have been very consistent. I post videos every Sunday and Thursday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you're curious. So I decided I wanted to do it this year, so let's just get into the tag. Number 1 is best book you've read so far in 2016. For me, that's definitely going to be Mad Ship by Robin Hobb. Just everything about this book is pretty much perfection. The characterization is amazing, the world building is fantastic, the magic system is incredibly interesting. The ability for Robin Hobb to make me feel certain things about each character or each situation is fantastic. I absolutely loved this book. 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely recommend the Live Ship Traders series. You should probably read the Farseer trilogy before you get to the Live Ship Traders series, unless you don't care about being spoiled, in which case you can just start off with this series. But totally worth getting through the Farseer trilogy to get to this one. I loved it. I definitely am going to be reading the 3rd book this year. Number 2 is what is the best sequel you've read so far in 2016? Mad Ship is a sequel, so that would have been the answer, but I don't want to repeat books. So I'm going to put Death Weavers by Brandon Mull. This is the 4th book in the Five Kingdoms series. In the 1st book, Cole goes through a portal after his friends are kidnapped and turned into slaves, and so he is on a mission to save his friends and try to get back home. In the process, he finds out that there are major problems happening in this parallel world, so needs to help solve all those problems. And in this book, it's just so amazing. The way that Brandon Mull has expanded this world in each book has been absolutely fantastic, and I loved the magic in this book. There is different magic in every single book because they go to the 5 different kingdoms, which each have their own magic system. This one deals with the dead and kind of ghosts and stuff like that. I do recommend reading his Beyonders trilogy before you read this book because there is some overlap that you won't get unless you read the Beyonders trilogy. So definitely check it out. Read the Beyonders trilogy, read this series, read Brandon Mull. Fantastic. Number 3 is a new release that you haven't read yet, but you want to. For me, that is Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I don't know. I heard amazing things about this book at the beginning of the year, and I ended up picking it up. I think it came out on January 6th or something like that, and I still have not read it. I know it has amazing lady friendships and some really cool magic once you get over the immense number of different types of witches, but I really want to read it, and I just don't know what I'm doing. Like, why am I putting it off? Maybe I need someone to read it with me. So if anyone wants to buddy read this with me, let me know, because I would like to have a little bit more of a push to get to this book. Look, what's she doing? Puppy. Number 4 is your most anticipated release for the 2nd half of the year, and for me that is going to be The Dark Talent by Brandon Sanderson. This is the 5th and final book in the Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarian series. I actually was just sent an arc of this book, so I actually get to read it a little bit early, but I am so excited for this. I'm so excited. So definitely this one. I have a couple of other ones that I'm really excited about, mainly some Rick Riordan books, and then also the 4th book in the Gentleman Bastard series. But this one kind of takes the cake because I already have it and I'm just like so excited to get into it. Number 5 is your biggest disappointment so far in 2016, and that is either going to be The Elfstones of Shannara, which is the 2nd book in the Sword of Shannara trilogy by Terry Brooks. I gave this book 1 star out of 5 stars. I think it's one of 2 books I've given 1 star to this year. I just was really hoping to like this one, and it was so awful. Like, I really did not like it at all. Or The Berry Giant by Kazuo Ishiguro. I DNF'd this one. I ended up giving it 2 stars on Goodreads because there was some really good things about it, but I just really hated the characters and they were so annoying. So both of these. Number 6 is the biggest surprise so far, and that is going to be The Inquisition by Taryn Matheru. I read the 1st book this year and I wasn't amazed by it. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I think originally I gave it 3.5 stars, but I bumped it up to 4 after thinking about it a little bit more and how the book stayed with me a lot longer than I thought it was going to, and how I was just thinking about it a lot. Then I read this book and it was fantastic. Like, I gave it 5 stars. So addicting. I read it in 1 sitting. I could not fall asleep. I read it until the wee hours of the morning. even though I had an exam the next day. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I definitely just recommend the Summoner series by Taryn Matheru. Number 7 is your favorite new, and that could be either debut author or new to you author. And I haven't really read that many books from authors that I haven't read books from in previous years. So I'm gonna go with Laura Lamb, and she wrote False Hearts, which came out this year. I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars, so I'm really curious about other things that she's written. This one follows 2 conjoined twins who grew up in a cult, and then they escape and they get separated, and they're also bisexual. So there's a lot of diversity in this book, and I really appreciated that. So I'm really excited to see what else she comes out with, as well as go back into her backlist and read some more stuff from her, because I think that she could definitely become one of my favorite authors. Number 8 is my newest fictional crush, and I don't get fictional crushes on characters, so I'm just gonna skip this question. Number 9 is your newest favorite character, and for me that's 2. And a trend for me this year has been really loving characters that start off really terribly, like I found them so annoying and I really don't like them at all, to them becoming some of my favorite characters in the series or the books that they're in. And so I have 2 for this one. I have Malta from the Live Ship Traders series, which I talked about earlier. She's super annoying in this book, but then in book 2 she turns into this amazing character that you can't help but root for. So definitely Malta has become one of my favorite characters just because of her story arc, and her character growth has been insane in this series. So good. And then also Steris from the Wax and Wane series. Steris starts off as very uptight and very annoying and just like, why are you even here? But then as the series progresses, she becomes way cooler. Like, I just love Steris and I just root for her in everything that she wants to do. Like, everything that she wants to do, I really hope that she is able to accomplish it and do it, because I have grown to love her throughout the series so much. Number 10 is a book that's made you cry, and for me, I put Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Aliri Sands. I don't know if I actually cried in this. I remember I got like a tight throat at one point, so I'm gonna count that as crying, because I don't usually cry in books that much unless they have to do with cancer or someone dying and someone else having to say goodbye. This one follows 2 boys. They're Mexican-American boys, and it just follows them maturing and figuring out who they are in their relationship with their parents and their relationship with each other, and how all of these things are intertwining, and that you just need to accept yourself and stuff like that. Really enjoyed it. I ended up giving this book 4 stars because I think that it takes a little while to get into. Like, I really did not like Aristotle at the beginning of the book. I thought he was so frustrating. I guess that could be another character that I really didn't like at the very beginning, but then at the end I really liked him. So yeah, this one. Number 11 is a book that made you happy, and I'm gonna go with Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. While this is not a very happy novel, I wouldn't say, it's a memoir about Mitch Albom saying goodbye to Morrie, who was his mentor, his favorite professor, his friend in college. And Morrie has been diagnosed with ALS, and so he's slowly dying, and Mitch is there to witness everything and talk to him. And it's got a lot of uplifting messages. It has a lot of things that make you appreciate life more, and so I think that it's made me happier after having read it and having changed my perspective on things just a little bit. So I'm gonna say that because it's making me realize how lucky I am and how blessed I am, stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with this one. I was having a hard time thinking of books that were just like happy books, but this one has made me happier having read it, if that makes sense. Number 12 is the most beautiful book you've either bought or received this year. I'm gonna say 2. So I bought The Explorers Guild by John Baird and Kevin Costner, and illustrated by Rick Ross. I just think this book is gorgeous. Like, all the foiling and the typography really go together, and I like the picture on the back, and I also like the naked book itself is just very pretty. So I just really liked the look of this book. The inside, however, isn't the greatest, and just the end pages are also just really well done. It's a really well-formed book. I haven't gotten into the story yet. I tried to read it once and I put it down because I wasn't enjoying it, so I might try again in the future. It has some mixed media, like it has some pictures, but it reads very textbook-like, which is very hard for me to read and enjoy for pleasure reading. And another beautiful book that I received is going to be The Dragon's Blade, The Reborn King by Michael R. Miller. I just think this cover is really, really beautiful. I really like the sword handle and the different designs behind it, and how it is a dragon, so it's just really interesting to me. I really liked this cover, and I'm really excited to continue this series once the next book comes out. Number 13 is what books do you need to read before the end of the year, and for me I just picked 3 that I really want to finish, and the first one is going to be my reread of the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series by Rick Riordan. This is the 3rd book. I'm on the 3rd book. I've reread the first 2 this year already, so I just need to read the last 3. They don't take me very long. They take me like a day and a half, so I definitely want to reread this book and just kind of get get back into this world because I just really like the Percy Jackson series. And I actually was thinking about doing a series on my channel where I talk about the myths that are put in to the series. So if you are not making all the connections, or you just really want to know the original stories behind what Rick Riordan is putting in his books, I was thinking about making a series about that. I outlined every single myth that is mentioned in the first book, but then I never ended up filming the video. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, learning a little bit more about Greek mythology, I would definitely be down to do that. I also want to read The Republic of Thieves by Scott Lynch. This is the 3rd book in the Gentleman Bastard series. I want to read it because the 4th book is coming out, and I want to be able to read that book with everyone, like all the science fiction, fantasy booktubers that I'm friends with. So I'd like to read this and read that one. And then I also want to finish the Ranger's Apprentice series by John Flanagan. I am on book 10, and there's 2 books after that. So I have 3 books left in that one as well. So those are the 3 things that I'm going to be focused on. And number 14, my favorite book community member. This is just someone that recently I pretty much watch every single one of their videos right when it comes out. And obviously I have a ton of favorites, but I'm just gonna say one person, this one. For me, I've watched Cece from The Problems of a Book Nerd every single time she comes out with a video. I watch all of them because I found her videos very humorous and interesting and informative. And so those 3 things together just make me very happy. I will leave a link down in the description to her channel where you can check her out if you have not heard of her before. So that is the mid-year freakout tag. I'm sorry I did this a little bit late, but it's actually a year and 2 months late, not just 2 months late. I'm not gonna tag anyone because it should have been done 2 months ago. But if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.